Yo, what up, Street Talks? There, Kim. Alright, so the thought. Why I'm so anti-conspiracy theories. Okay, so first and foremost, what is a conspiracy? Conspiracy, con means with, spire means spiro, like Latin for breathe. So imagine a group of people in the same room, breathing the same air, and they're essentially plotting how to consolidate their power and whatnot. Now, the problem about conspiracy theories is that, you know, if you read Nassim Taleb's Fooled by Randomness, you could have a quadrillion data points which seem like it confirms something, but it just takes one outlier for it to just totally, the whole thing to fall apart. So for example, I've heard this whole like, you know, 5G caused COVID. I'm like, you guys are stupid. Like, okay, so let me like a logical fallacy, right? So have you realized that 5G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5G, how many letters are in the word COVID? COVID. Coincidence? I think not. Oh, you know what? Eric's name is ERIC, 4 letters. Have you realized that the number for death is the number 4? It's an unlucky number. And also, I live on the 44th floor of the 44th day of the 44th lunar eclipse. Thus, astrology and the gods have told me the secret to the universe. The answer is 4. So like, it's so easy to get suckered, right? So like, for example, the classic example of Nassim Taleb, it comes from Karl Popper, right? Is, let's say you've seen 1 million swans, and you have seen precisely 1,000,000.1 swans that are white. It only takes one sighting to see a black swan where you could totally falsify the notion that only white swans exist. Now, the problem with conspiracy theories is, and this is why I study statistics, right? I don't trust statistics. I think statistics can only disprove things, right? So for example, you know, everyone's so obsessed with getting the truth, right? But I think the truth is actually no one has any idea what's going on. And all these inferences that we're creating, like, you know, essentially we're just kind of getting suckered by information that is correlated but is not caused by anything. So for example, you know, let's say temperatures rise by 10 points and the rise of COVID goes up by 10 points. Then you might say, oh, you know, if we see the study, hot weather, the hotter it is, the more people get COVID, but people might not find the confounding factor that actually, no, when the weather is warmer and it's nicer, more people are just kind of going out and about, probably seeing their friends and stuff like that, which leads to more social interactions, which leads to more causes of COVID. So once again, this is where it's really important that we're very skeptical and suspicious of anything that almost anyone says, because all the numbers, all these things, and these facts could be gamed for a certain way. This is why I don't believe in any ultimate facts, because once again, it's just like, you know, Jay-Z lies when he says numbers don't lie, check the scoreboard, because you think that life is a game. Is that like, no, this game isn't like Chicago Bulls versus the Pistons. There's not a clear winner or loser. So these analogies of thinking about sports and games and stuff like this is actually not good. And also when people are judging themselves by numbers, like anything quantified, like numbers, like how much you got a billion, I got 1.1 billion, whatever. This kind of like dick measuring contest doesn't really work out in real life, because in real life, you know, maybe not, your dick size doesn't actually mean how masculine you are, right? Or how sexually potent you may be. But anyways, so essentially my point is, if you want to become wiser in life, yeah, just be more skeptical. Because like, you know, I'm skeptical of like these tech companies, but at the same time I'm also skeptical of those who are trying to promote notions of conspiracy theories. So it's so funny is that like everyone wants to find something to believe in and ends up getting suckered by somebody, right? And this is why whenever you put too much faith into like a certain religion, a certain spirituality, a certain individual, a certain way of living, a certain philosopher, anything, you end up becoming trapped. So like even there's a lot of philosophers I love, but still like I don't agree with all the things that they say, right? Like I agree with some of it, and ultimately it seems the most noble goal you could do in life is strive to have your own independent opinion and thought, but also realize it's always changing, it's always evolving, and therefore you should never make any final statement about anything, and there's no grand unified theory of everything. I think that's, philosophically, that's quite fallacious, and we also do live in a society where the nerds and those who love numbers have hijacked almost all of society. Even, you know, and I think that it probably has to do with consumerism, capitalism, where everything needs to be quantified into numbers. But, you know, who is to measure one's courage by how many social media followers they have, or who's to say how virtuous one is by how many dollars they have in their bank account? So once again, beware of numbers, beware of facts, beware of opinions, careful about getting fooled by randomness, think about the black swans. I mean, I do encourage anybody who wants to have a more empirical approach. I recommend all of Nassim Taleb's books, Skin in the Game, Fooled by Randomness, Anti-Fragile, and Bread of Procrustes, and so forth. So let us all strive to become more empirical, think more about experiences, to not get suckered as much, in order for us all to thrive collectively, more so together.